Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be going over the webcam tournament that I went over this weekend, where I placed 8th place out of 22. Now I wasn't sure if I was going to show this, but you guys asked for it, so here it is. And yes, I'm simply going to ask you guys, please like and subscribe to this video. This was like over 2 hours worth of videos I had to essentially break down to only about less than 20 minutes for you guys, so I would have really appreciated it. That would help us out a whole lot here. Alright guys, here is game 1. I started recording a little bit late here. So we're up, I think we're like turn 2 or 3 at this point. I just entered my turn 3. Dropping to Vesalius. I love this card in this particular build. I do find it kind of strange that a lot of players don't play it. But hey, they may figure out something that I haven't, because I still need to tweak my deck. And maybe taking that card out is the tweak, who knows. But dropping 2 Zaku T2 here. So I have 4 guys on the board. My opponent is super fine. He has his Zord in play, and he has that base that has only 2 damage on it. So he goes in, swings, knocks out my support guy. No, he tried to knock down, mitigate my mat, so he understands exactly what to do versus me. So go ahead and enter my turn here. I drop another one. So I didn't feel too bad about losing the last one, because I have this one. Drop the Char on the Zaku 2. This is going to be a total of 6 attack. Now this is a little bit OD. I should have kind of slowed it down. I did not need to attack that base with 6 attack. It only needed 4 damage in order to knock it out. And we have his board wipe going away, and now we have 4 tap guys. A little bit scary. I could have only presented 3, but we went ahead and gave him that one, or at least kept the Char in our hands, because we can use it for our Zaku plays or Zaku 2 plays when we get those. So Perfect Strike come down. He's gonna bounce our Gaza D, and he's gonna go ahead and start clearing house and swings on it. Takes 1 damage, and of course I think he's gonna drop another Zord here. Yep, and he's gonna pass the turn. Opponent is not worried. He only has 1 life left and only 6. But see, there we are. Oh, we had another Char in our hand. Lucky us for having that here. Going ahead and I guess, who do you put it to? So guess what? Yeah, we attacked it for full 6 there. Attack for the 2. And now he's deciding he's going to block. You know, take the damage. Could be something he can use. But he still has those 2 blockers there. And I only have 2 attacks. And I think we just swing, right? Drop another God DDT sleeves. He says go ahead, he's gonna have to block it no matter what happens here. And I went ahead and swung there. Zord's so good because yeah, that 3 attacks, being able to take out damn near the whole entire mid-range of the game. Kills the Zaku, drops the token, and then eliminates the token with the Perfect Strike Gundam. I was like, wow. And then of course he follows up with the Underground Desert play. Our opponent not worried whatsoever. These deserts, guys, I called it a long time ago. I was like, a 0-6 space would be insane, because I've been looking into early to mid-range level decks, and I was like, a 0-6 space would mess up these decks a lot and like make it a control meta. But here we are. Drops the Wing Gundam, crushes our guy, takes our Vesalius, so it knocks out 2 of our support. We get 1 straight from the top, and you know how it is, guys, when you're aggro player. Going to top deck mode is no bueno. So we grab a Drax C sleeves, and we can't feel too much. And if that would have been a Zaku, that would have been very nice. We would have been able to, of course, make it a total of 6. And I was thinking about that, maybe keeping a Char in my hand for that moment, but I didn't. Maybe we should have like held back here. I'm not really sure what our next few draws are going to be, but if we do a red Zaku 2 in the next couple of turns here, it would feel kind of bad. And there's one in the life. And of course, those Wing Gundams are going to start just chipping away at our board here. Such a controlly card, so easy. It's like a 1 for 5 in this particular matchup. And he drops a Zord and another one. So yeah, I'm thinking like in my mind, there's no way. So we're gonna go ahead and scoop it up here, boys. Again, like and subscribe to the page, guys. Definitely helps us out. Oh, did we have a Char in the life? Maybe we should wait a little bit longer. I don't know. So game 2, we drop a Zaku 1. I think we have to go first. Our opponents love that coin, and I'm not mad at it. That's kind of the main reason why I started with aggro in the beginning of the season, because everyone is so on the coin is better turn, and I don't agree with that. I agree with it. It depends, and you really have to study on what it is. I don't think the coin gives you an inert advantage. Yes, it's super strong compared to other games that give you a coin, because it also gives you a level, but it is a resource that still goes away. And there it is, my bane of my existence, the desert base comes back down to 0-6, and I immediately probably like, oh my gosh, here we go. We got to get that out immediately. This probably wasn't our play. That's a little bit too early to drop the Facilius. And no, that's actually no turn 3. Look, kind of like the same play. We're going to go for the full 6 dive here to kind of crack that base right now. Not many. We need to have Char in order for us to get 6, or we need to have like an extra support in order for us to get 6. So, but we need multiple pieces to get there. Multiple pieces. And right now we're being undisturbed. Our opponent seems to be doing some kind of aggressive play as well. Drops another St. Gabriel's. Well, not another one, but St. Gabriel's here. 0-5. He's going to, scry the top 2 cards of his deck. And what's he going to drop? Let's see. Oh, he's going to go in. And I think he's going to go ahead and go for Zaku. Yep. Zaku 1 takes the damage. That's the best way you can do it. You start clearing out all units best you can without losing yours. And the Sandrock comes down. Now, this makes me think, okay, he's like mid-range aggression. He wants to just like start bashing into my guys once they're all sideways. But I don't think I changed my game plan. We're going to go ahead and just start going sideways on him anyway to make him do that. I'm thinking, okay, I have 2 of these guys are dead on the board, so let's go ahead and drop 3. We're opting for our largest play that we can do with our resources here. And he drops another St. Gabriel's. Man, like, our opponents be getting these bases, man. Maybe I'm wrong. I think I play 4 to 8 bases in some of my builds. Maybe I should play like, the 16 bases that these players seem to be playing. They always seem to have a base. I have like a love-hate relationship with the bases. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out eventually. Yep, he's gonna go ahead and start knocking into my guys here, and plays a Death Side. That's even a scarier one than the Sandrock to see, especially in this particular matchup. But we're so close to the end. We're just gonna go ahead and just, turn it sideways and go after him and getting the game. All right, game 3. I'm distracted by this guy's amazing mat. I think this particular player, I don't have his name or anything, but this particular player, actually, I think his name was like Nicodema? I'm not sure. But he makes these mats, guys, and he sells them. So, those commissions. It's pretty good. Pretty hefty price. So if you got big pockets out there, get yourself a custom mat there. But the lovely play of the 1-1 in the Gaza D next turn, knocking the base out, feels really good. But that doesn't feel good. I hate losing my Gaza D because it's my most expensive creature. One of my most expensive creatures. So we dropped the squad. We got to avenge our boy, our homie, the fallen homie. Squad. And the 3 boys appear. So he drops his squad. And this is why I was a little bit scared. I was like, I haven't really had much practice versus, these sleeves cards. So, I'm not really sure. I didn't really remember or wasn't even asking. I was like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and just keep applying pressure. I was feeling a little stressed out, but I was like, as long as we can make our opponent a little bit more stressed out than us, we should be fine here. So we're crushing into him. We're taking a peek at his graveyard. So it looks like a Banshee just went hitting the graveyard. So like a red-blue. So it must have Marita Cruz in here somewhere. So it's kind of like remnant of Zeon, Neo Zeon kind of deck here. Like the old school kits. So he's going to definitely get 2 trades here. That Gyaradoga sleeves, if that was a 2-2 in a butt, it probably would have got a 3-for-1 on us. And he drops another guy. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm glad I dropped the homies that last turn because he just wiped out 3. And there's a Kshatriya that just popped in. I believe there's a Kshatriya. I didn't really mark it. And we have another Gaza D here. I'd love to see. I think they've top deck there. And we went ahead and got our opponent.
We'll play on the real mat.
Is it Battle Spirits? Oh, shit. That's awesome. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah.
You played some of the Michigan guys in webcam tournaments.
Yeah,
for good time's sake.
Yeah, but
are we on stream? I'm gonna show you guys this later.
Oh my gosh. So I'm kind of glad I constantly use a bit. Essentially, when I go to main events, I use my TriloG mat, and people kind of recognize me for it. Even if they don't see my face, they can see the mat there. I love it when people recognize me. And I've made a lot of friends along the way in the Battle Spirit, so that's why he swapped this mat out. Got his Battle Spirit mat. That specific mat, guys, you had to win first place at a very specific tournament, so our boy was really good at the game. And showing it off to me. I love it. We had a lot of banter in this match. This particular match, it was pretty much the entire duration, and I had to edit it down. But here we are. We're dropping a Zaku 1 sniper. grabbing the Zaku 2 off the top. This is our first Zaku 2 we've seen all day. And of course, I just love it because we get the Char play on it. And then of course gets that base crack. For the most part, it depends on these bases nowadays. You really gotta, what do we got going on here? So I switched out my lands. That's the only thing I did funny there with my resources. I have my 3 homegirls in the resources there. So he's gonna opt to swing on me. So he's like, I'm like, this guy's like playing a blue-red quick deck. What's going on here? And then I see the Gundam, and I'm thinking like, I think I've seen something like this before, where it might top into the Kshatriya. I'm not sure, but what's going on is like, that Gundam's pretty good because it gives repair to essentially everything else and not just itself. So it makes everything else better by making stuff a little bit weaker than the starter deck version. So I dropped the 2 Zakus, the card that our Gundam player loves to see. We're not seeing a pilot here, it doesn't seem. But usually I'll make the biggest play, and that was my biggest play. Maybe the pilot coming next turn, knocks out my Mariner, and he's gonna go for a little bit of damage on the base. Because he knows. Oh, there's the Kshatriya. Yep. And the Merida Cruise comes down, knocks out my guys, does the separate damage there, swings again, does damage. So it's like without even attacking us, this existing Kshatriya just took out 2 units, and I'm like, that's a nutty card versus us. I hate it. The Sailor's coming down, probably reaching. Oh, pulled the Char Zaku. I mean the Char Azdamol out of there. What else am I reaching for? Just more dudes? Like, yeah, I just need more guys in play. Maybe our hand's full of bases right now. And this is where I'm like, do I attack into Kshatriya or not? And yeah, I definitely edited a lot of thinking phase there because I wasn't sure. Because usually I don't like attacking into units. But Merida Cruise is one of the pilots that just nukes aggro decks. Along with Kira, you got to get rid of Merida. She's just going to eat this deck alive. So Gundam swings here. Gundam's not as scary for aggro decks. Well, in a way, he can just constantly keep trading into things. And there's 2 more Kshatriyas, but vanilla versions coming down, and they're usually like 2-for-1s in this particular matchup here. But we have a Gelgoog. We're gonna go ahead and pitch a Zaku 1, grabbing that Shard back there at the graveyard, and this is a 6 swinger. Here, going ahead. So I love it. This is usually an end game, but I usually when I drop Gelgoog and I see my opponent at 3 life, I'm like, we are so behind. We've been tripped up, and our opponent has the same amount of creatures as us. This is no bueno. So we just gonna have to just go for Dome. At this point, I think I've already conceded in my mind because our opponent is ahead of us. I feel that much more high quality creatures can kill all of our guys and just has complete advantage. And he has more cards in hand. So I'm surprised I didn't scoop it up right now. But you know what? We're gonna go ahead and just go for it. The gun cannon comes and swoops in. The gun tech, I mean, does what he do. And look at our opponent. Man, now we got the gun with repair 2 on both of them. That's kind of gross. Even the gun tank has repair 2 on it. That's kind of gross. Goes into us. I think we just go ahead and we're just having fun at this point here, guys. You know, we're just having fun. So we can go. Let's go. We can drop. I think at this point, I think about it a little bit and just say screw it. What else? What can we get out of here? Let me at least give my opponent the best play. The camera's kind of messed up because a lot of people entered the room, so I'm just kind of messed up the edit here. I went ahead and just gave my best turn. That honorable, you know, let me go ahead and give you as much as I can, and he's gonna cook me. The double hands together. That's the man. I'm just gonna wait for it. Inevitable doom here. So smash me up. I even get a base out of it. I'm like, oh, okay. You got it, brother. GG's.
GG's.
Woo.
Nice to see the local legend again.
That Kshatriya just laid me flat. Okay, so we are going first. Oh, look at our boy Draxi Sleeves. I think he's seen us turn 1 4 games in a row here. Love it. Opponent plays goes for a turn 1 overflowing infection. That's like one of the really good plays that why a lot of people like the coin, because you play overflowing infection and don't even burn the coin, so you get a good like turn 2 card. We're only just using 1. So we have the I feel like the Gazadi be there, man. I was getting really lucky getting him, and so he drops an early Archangel, something like this is kind of a little bit of desperate play. Our opponent does not drop a unit. That's really good for us if they go that early on a base. I don't mind that whatsoever. So now he's extra ultra behind, right? So don't do that, guys. If you're fighting against, don't be like, oh, this is a base, it protects against aggro. No, units are what you need to play. Okay, see, that is a scary, terrifying unit. That is something I do not want to see. Imagine if they dropped that last turn. Okay, we're gonna get rid of that, and we're just gonna go ahead for game. We know, well, go for face, but we know that this Kira needs to be picked up. That's like a Merida cruise. So right now we stopped ourselves from attacking. Go ahead, provide him +1. And we're gonna go ahead and swing into that. We got to get the Kira out. It's not even like the strike dagger; it's the Kira itself that we're afraid of. It's gonna start just cleaning up our board. And it's right, you know, strike dagger comes, strike Gundam comes out and bounces. I'm not too mad at that. They only had one target, so it must choose the target you have. And I wasn't too mad at that because it is a searcher. So every time we play it, we can possibly draw a card. So, Vesalius here. This is our AKA draw a card by sacrificing a life, essentially. We're gonna go ahead and pump it up to 4. So we're gonna go ahead and threaten any blocker to block us. That's fine. So we definitely wasn't gonna allow the strike freedom to just get free one on us. We missed the top card. Super sad about that. Our deck is like 48 Zeon cards, and we missed one. So go ahead and attack. Well, it's not 48, but you know what I mean, guys. It's just a wide majority. It's very, very hard to miss with this particular card here, but it happens, you know. Variation. And he drops another perfect strike, bouncing into the hand. Not really mad about it, but at the same time, I'm kind of mad about it. He drops the Ammo Ray and goes into my guy. Now we're equal on the base, and he's fielded 2 stronger cards than me, so that's not really good. I think we just drew into a shard. Oh, it's Zaku 1. And we get the Mariner in our hand this time. Didn't whiff this time. What else are we gonna drop? Yep, we're gonna support. Go to 4 attack. Threaten. So any blocker is gonna be able to just die. Is he gonna do the trade? Nope, he opts not to do the trade. He said I would rather just field a pilot on it a little bit later, make it a little bit stronger. A Famel. Not really sure. This kind of seems like a weird play here, but maybe I couldn't field more creatures. As I say that, now we have a board of full board of creatures here. We're gonna pass. So right now we're just going for the overwhelm game. That's probably what it is. I'm playing my largest turn when I'm behind, so I can get a little bit ahead. So knocks out my guy. I'm expecting him to just kill the 0-1 because it's not going to take any damage. And drops a lift rift. Like, this is like a very anti-aggro board here. So I'm like, oh, buddy, so we have to go above it because a unit can only block 1 time, right? And we have an Ammo Ray, so what is he going to do here? So he opted to swing. I'm like, nah, he can't do that, brother. He doesn't have the link. So he's going to go ahead and do it with this one anyway. And he opted to go ahead and just do the crash on his turn rather than waiting to block. So I was fine with that. Maybe he could have just went for my base. Nah, I don't know. I'm not really sure what the best play was there. But we're going to go ahead and make him just strong enough to make the Lifford not want to block us. And then we think, look, we're just going to stack with the Drag Z. And we have the Mariner here. And we have a 0-1. So we don't have game on the board. So we attack. Of course he's going to block it. I'm thinking like, okay. Let's drop the next one. We finally see our pilot. Goes to the bottom. Gives him +1 and go for a game here. I'm like, I was looking for a pilot that entire game. But there you have it, guys. Those videos took me forever to edit. So please, please, please help us out by liking and subscribing to the videos. We're going to be doing a lot more Gundam TCG content. If you haven't noticed by now, we're going to also be doing a lot of different type of content where we're going to be going exploring different types of decks. Not just what's the best decks, but sometimes since we're so early in the meta, we need to dive into what the possibility of decks are so we can at least find what the best decks are instead of just waiting for someone to win a tournament and then copy pasting. There's nothing wrong with being that kind of player if you want to be that kind of player, but over here we like brewing our own list and we like taking it to locals and surprising them, because you have to remember one of the key features to a good deck is the unknowing factor as well. If you go to a tournament and your opponent doesn't have an idea on how to play against it, you know, what can they do? Let me ask you a question real fast. Do you know what blue-white control does? Now let me ask you this question. What's the power of Zaft? What are they capable of? Yeah, I bet you can answer the first one before you can answer the second one. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. If you want to check out more Gundam videos, check out these ones right here. For other mecha content that we have, check out these videos right here. And, of course, be sure to subscribe. We're going to have more other content rolling through, and we're going to be touching base back on some of the Mecha Break content and gaming content as well, guys, so stay tuned for that. All right, I know life can be hard out there, guys, but keep your head up, keep moving forward, and most importantly, let nothing stop you. Peace out, guys.